Hello students, it's Dr. A.S. Shami and we are studying about liver pathologies. So far we have studied about liver cirrhosis, hepatic encephalopathy and alcohol liver disease ALD. And we have covered so far acute liver failure. So our next topic is alcoholic hepatitis, and we are going to discuss it in a very basic review session. It will be going to recently we covered alcohol liver disease. It's a sequel of alcohol liver disease, and we studied in our alcohol liver disease that after alcohol consumption, after after fatty accumulation of in liver after fatty accumulation steatohepatitis in condition after steatohepatitis patient presented with alcoholic hepatitis. So we are going to discuss about alcoholic hepatitis in this disease. It's a clinical syndrome. So as it's a syndrome, it manifests as with a broad range of manifestation. What are these manifestations we are going to cover in our clinical features? So alcoholic hepatitis should be suspected in a patient who is consuming alcohol and also in those patients who are having cirrhotic liver along with alcohol consumption. And cigarette smokers, nutritional factors, and female sex are also the predisposing factors or risk factors of alcoholic hepatitis. So, let's discuss about its etiology. Risk factors, causes of alcoholic hepatitis. Risk factors include, as the name indicates, alcoholic hepatitis patient consumes chronic alcohol consumption. Chronic alcohol consumption. Next risk factor is cigarette smoking. Third risk factor we are going to discuss is genetic predisposition. Fourth one is female sex. Fifth one is obesity, nutritional factors, and malnutrition. Next risk factor is viral hepatitis. Like patient is already having hepatitis C. So these are the risk factors which leads to alcoholic hepatitis. Now we are going to discuss about the clinical features, how a patient will present. Clinical features. What are the clinical features of alcoholic hepatitis patient? Patient presents with acute hepatitis. We will find the signs of acute hepatitis like tender hepatomegaly. Liver is enlarged and tender, like you will feel right upper quadrant pain and tenderness. In acute hepatitis, patient presents with acute jaundice, yellow discoloration of skin in acute phase. Patient will present with malaise, nausea, anorexia. Patient loses his appetite, fatigue, fever, weight loss, and tachypnea. These are the signs, these are the clinical features of acute hepatitis patient may present with. Now let's suppose patient presented with acute hepatitis and he is a consumer of alcohol, heavy consumer of alcohol. He abuses alcohol consumption. So he stops consumption of alcohol, and what will happen? He will develop withdrawal symptoms. Acute alcohol withdrawal symptoms. What is this acute alcohol withdrawal? Sudden cessation of alcohol, like if a patient is consuming 1 liter of alcohol daily and he stops consuming 1 liter, he starts taking only 50 ml, 30 ml, or 20 ml. He'll develop alcohol withdrawal symptoms. What are these symptoms? Patient will present with tremors. His behavior changes to agitation. He will be agitated. He will be tachycardic. Patient may develop seizures, alcohol withdrawal seizures specifically we say, and alcohol withdrawal delirium. These are the clinical features if a patient suddenly stops taking or consuming alcohol, patient may present with. The next thing is if patient is a chronic, long-term consumer of drinker of heavy alcohol, long-term alcohol consume. If a patient consumes alcohol for a long time, how will he present? He can also have acute hepatitis features and these features. Rhinophyma. What is rhinophyma? It's anatomical change. There is a bulge on nose. You will find a big nose on such patients. There is a bulge on nose, bulging nose. You will say big nose patient. What will happen to such patient? Dupuytren contractures. The third thing will happen to such patient is sarcopenia. These terms should be clear. What is sarcopenia? In this condition, patient loses his skeletal muscle mass and strength. It's age-related condition. In this patient loses or a person loses loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength. The next thing in an long-term alcohol use patient which he presents is temporal muscle wasting. When you examine his temporal muscle, you will find temporal muscle wasting. The next complication or feature may patient presents with cirrhosis. And we have discussed so far what are the features of cirrhosis: jaundice, ascites, pulmonary edema, spider angiomata, hepato, uh, liver fibrosis. These are the features of cirrhosis. So next thing is about diagnosis. How will we diagnose such patient? In alcohol liver disease, we have discussed in detail that we'll go for liver function and synthetic performance test. We'll go liver chemistry. In alcoholic hepatitis, what will happen? AST will be raised more than 50 international units per liter. In this condition, what will happen? As we know, we have to test for both transaminases. Transaminases. How will you rule out the cause that it's alcoholic hepatitis. In alcoholic liver disease, both AST and ALT will be raised. But the differentiating feature is that the AST to ALT ratio will be more than 1.5. Like AST will be of 1.5x more than ALT. Next thing is we will check total bilirubin level. And what will happen in total bilirubin level? Total bilirubin will be 3 milligram per deciliter, more than 3 milligram per deciliter. Next thing we will go test for is GGT. It will also be raised 100 international unit per liter. ALP, surely it's hepatitis, it will be raised. Next thing we are going to test is synthetic function like prothrombin time. Coagulation study, we go for coagulation study. The prothrombin time INR will be more than 1.5 and albumin is less than 3 gram per deciliter. Sorry, I mistake here. The albumin is 3 grams. Why it's not moving? Per liter, not deciliter. So next test we are going to go for is CBC. We will check patient WBCs as there is thrombocytopenia in liver cirrhosis or hepatitis. Their platelet count will be low or high. And we were discussing in WBCs will be more than 12,000 per millimeter cube. These are the laboratory findings of an alcoholic hepatitis patient. Next thing we are going to see is peripheral smear, and we will find macrocytic anemia, and it is due to vitamin B12 or folic acid deficiency. Next thing we are going to rule out is basic metabolic panel. Why we are going to ask for basic metabolic panel? We are going to check whether there is acute kidney injury or not and its severity. We will see basic metabolic panel where we check for electrolytes. So now we are going to move towards imaging studies in alcoholic hepatitis patient. As there is right upper quadrant tender hepatomegaly, we will go for right upper quadrant ultrasound with Doppler. And what will we find? We find fatty liver disease. That liver is fatty. Hepatomegaly is due to fat deposition, and it's will find steatosis, hepatomegaly, and periportal edema. We'll ask the patient for CT or MRI abdomen. It also shows fatty liver disease. As I already told you, it's a syndrome, it's a sequel of alcoholic liver disease. Patient consumes alcohol. So what will we find in CT MRI abdomen? We'll find fatty liver. Due to fatty liver, what will happen? There is decreased liver attenuations. And next, our confirmatory test will be of liver biopsy. And we are going to ask for liver biopsy. This is not routinely recommended. In this, we take transjugular liver biopsy. And in liver biopsy, what are the findings we get in alcoholic hepatitis are steatohepatitis. The same as in ultrasound or CT MRI. So next thing is, what are our differential diagnoses? Differential diagnosis. So patient may have alcohol liver disease leading to decompensated cirrhosis. Patient may have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Patient may have biliary obstruction, which causing such features like stones, tumors, or stricture formation. Biliary obstruction. Maybe it is due to any drug injury, any drug causing liver injury, drug causing in liver injury. And the next thing, maybe it's a viral, acute viral hepatitis. These are our differential suspicions. Hepatitis Y in viral hepatitis B, hepatitis A, hepatitis C. Next thing in our differential is autoimmune hepatitis. And the next thing in our differential is metabolic liver disease. We have discussed so much about all these in cirrhosis, metabolic liver disease. The next differential is ischemic hepatitis. Due to hypotension shock or massive blood loss or cocaine or vasoconstrictor use, patient may present with ischemic hepatitis. So, what is our treatment plan? How will we proceed for treatment? As the name indicates, patient is consuming alcohol from a long or a chronic user of alcohol. We will advise him completely cessation of alcohol. We will advise immediate cessation of alcohol. Stop taking alcohol, ethanol or methanol, whichever he or she is consuming. And will look for the signs of withdrawal. If patient develops withdrawal symptoms, we'll treat the withdrawal symptoms like seizures, we'll control the seizures, tremors. Next thing we'll look for is patient's calorie intake and micronutrients, especially vitamin B1. We'll see for vitamin B1 deficiency or not in such patient. If patient develops severe disease, what we do, we will give him glucocorticoid therapy. As we are giving him steroids, and we will expect that these steroids will show their effects in 1 or 2 days. In such patients, there is not a definitive effect within a week by using glucocorticoid therapy. The So we have to not worry about the effects of glucocorticoid, prednisolone, etc. We keep continuing giving him glucocorticoid therapy. And what will happen after giving prednisolone? We'll monitor patient after 4 to 7 days. We'll assess the response. Next thing we can give in alcoholic hepatitis is N-acetylcysteine. In alcoholic liver disease, the first medication, your first line treatment you are going to give to patient is N-acetylcysteine. But here we will manage patient by giving glucocorticoid therapy, and we can consider giving N-acetylcysteine to also alcoholic hepatitis patients. There is low risk that patient may improve with N-acetylcysteine, but as it shows little effect, we can give him N-acetylcysteine. The main treatment if patient develops severe disease which is irreversible, as patient presented alcoholic hepatitis and not responding to any glucocorticoid therapy and to any N-acetylcysteine, what will your final treatment plan? You will recommend patient liver transplantation. That's plantation. That's all about alcoholic hepatitis. If you have any question, you can ask. Thank you so much. Bye.